Now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Corey Thompson.
6:42 now. Corey, it was such a beautiful weekend, but we're talking about the chance for more storms later this week.
Yeah, we've been indicating at least the possibility of a few strong to severe storms over the next couple of days, too. So your weather-wise question today deals with that genre. Among these months, which one has the highest risk for damaging wind in eastern Iowa? Is it May, this month of July, September, or November? Think about it for a couple of minutes. You're highlighted here on your first alert, just yellow for the rain and storm chance. I think they will be scattered enough that we're not looking at widespread storms and thus not even widespread severe weather later tonight. The chance does develop later this evening into the nighttime hours in the north and then spreading south from there. There is the possibility of some gustier winds at times today, too. You'll certainly notice a breeze as we head especially toward the late morning and afternoon hours. That'll be a change from the weekend. Right now, though, winds are very light. You will not notice them just yet. We need a few more hours of things warming up here across eastern Iowa. Temperatures, though, in the 50s or even low 60s in Waterloo. Dew points in the mid 50s right now, too. They will likely stay that way for most of the day, but as we eventually build up slightly more moisture tonight as a cold front approaches, that's when the storm chance starts to build in. So pinpoint futurecast through the day, not a lot to look at. Winds out of the southwest, maybe a scattered cloud or two, but things will be very sunny and quite warm because of the southwesterly winds and the combination of that and sunshine. Now later tonight, as the cold front approaches from the north, a few scattered storms start to enter northern Iowa by about 8 or 9 o'clock, moving to the southeast from there. And the focus for additional development generally trends to the southeast after that. So by about 1 o'clock, perhaps toward the Highway 20 and 30 corridor and more to the south by later in the night. Now, after the initial push of activity early on, I think the chance for stronger storms will diminish just a bit and we'll be left with generally dry conditions on Tuesday. Now then the big focus will be where does the cold front make it to before it slows down and kind of stalls out. That will be the focus for additional storm development or movement as we head toward Tuesday night. So notice how the front is about right here by the time we get to midnight on Wednesday. So areas to the north could see some strong storms still moving through during that time. But it's near that front where the chance for strongest storms will be. And I think it will focus in our southern half of the viewing area as we head through Tuesday night into early Wednesday. Slight risk for severe weather still present in the areas to the north. That's with that, again, initial development later this evening. Damaging wind, large hail possible. I think it's a fairly slim chance tonight, though. A somewhat higher chance Tuesday night into early Wednesday, especially depending on the time. Damaging wind would be the primary threat, and again, it's near and to the south of that cold frontal boundary where chances are the greatest. Now, in terms of highs for today, we'll be well into the 80s, even some folks touching 90 degrees today, with 90 in Tama, 87 in Dubuque, 90 in Prairie du Chien. Mostly sunny skies expected with winds out of the southwest between about 10 to 20. They're going to help make things warmer in terms of the temperature reading. However, a little bit of a breeze takes a bit of the edge off the heat, too. Now, things will get a bit muggier as well as we go toward Tuesday and Wednesday. That's going to help aid that chance for showers and storms. Additional occasional rounds could be possible Thursday and Friday too. A little bit less clear which of those times will have the best chance for thunderstorms, because it kind of depends on what happens a couple days before that. So we'll be watching very closely as we get closer, especially during those times where stronger storms are favored. Speaking of, your weather-wise question today deals with severe weather. Among these months, which one has the highest risk for damaging winds in eastern Iowa?
I would think it would be a transition month like May, but we're in July, so I'm wondering if it's now.
I love the logic.
Okay, I think I'll go A.
Oh,
I mean B.
The answer is B. So the peak of that probability is late June into early July. It's when the jet stream tends to be at its farthest to the north, and it kind of slopes from about Nebraska down through the Ohio Valley, and it does include most of the state of Iowa for that peak. And so we're in that. It gets less and less, but still sticks with us through the summer into September. But we're right now around that time, which is why anytime we see the possibility of the chance for organized like clusters of storms, you start to wonder about that risk, and that's why that slight risk exists, especially tomorrow night and Wednesday.
Yeah, important to pay attention to that.
And we'll be watching it closely.
All right, thanks, Corey.